Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And so today I'm going to break down another one of my old matches for you guys. And so I just have some extra free time today. I'm getting ready to fight in a few days, and so I'm just letting the body recover, focusing on weight cutting. So I thought this was a great time for me to hop on here and just trying to keep my mind off of the fight. And so I'm going to go ahead and break down this old match that I had. So this was a no-gi submission only match at the Sub Challenge tournament in Des Moines, Iowa. And I believe this event was November 2018. And so this was about 3.5 years ago in the advanced bracket. So this was purple belts and up. And this was either my second or third match. I got matched up against Anthony Pacheck. And Anthony Pacheck is a really good competitor. He's got a big catch wrestling background and just a strong wrestling background in general. So a lot of Anthony's attacks are a little bit unorthodox. So I'm going to go ahead today and break down this match for you guys. So let's go ahead and check it out. All right, so I am in the white shorts. So immediately I kind of just pull straight to my butterfly guard, and Anthony puts me on my back. So right now I have one butterfly hook inside, and then my left leg, I have my hook over his back, and I also have this overhook on his left arm. All right, so I'm shooting my wrist through deep into his armpit. And I like to use this position a lot to set up triangle chokes, omoplatas. And so I'm beginning here with this overhook guard. And so you can see I kind of hip escaped out, and I'm at this hard angle. All right, so I have his left arm trapped with the overhook, and now I'm battling with my right hand for either wrist control or bicep control. And I think I was looking to set up a triangle choke here. But the thing is Anthony had my right foot trapped between his legs. So this was a smart move. I believe he was using it to shut down the triangle choke. And good defense by Anthony here. All right, so now Anthony is coming up on his toes, looking to pass the guard, kind of stacking me here for a second. And so now here I was able to free my right foot, and I throw my hips up to the ceiling, and I'm looking to get my right foot over his neck for the triangle. And Anthony kind of postured and he stuffed it, so I just switched to the omoplata on his right arm, and that was the arm that I had the overhook. And that's the good thing about the overhook guard, is you always have that omoplata as a backup option if needed. So now here's where we enter into a very interesting position. So Anthony has his right leg over my waist and his left leg under my hips. And so now he's still in the omoplata, and Anthony sits back and he begins looking for a leg lock, right? So the interesting thing about this position that we ended up in is, number one, it forced me to release my omoplata. But now, like, instead of a traditional leg attack where both of your legs are weaved and bound on one of your opponent's legs, Anthony has like this body triangle going across my hips, like across my stomach, and he's looking for a heel hook from this position. And I want to say that this is like a common position in catch wrestling, like not so much in Jiu Jitsu, but I mean, this was a really good attack. And also, I remember after the match, Anthony had injured something in my ribs. Like, this body triangle was super tight, and just the angle that he had, it was putting a lot of pressure on the body triangle. So now Anthony's looking to dig out my left heel, looking for this inside heel hook. All right, so this is where you can see the positioning of his legs, right? He's got his right leg over my hips, over top of my stomach, and now his left leg is underneath of my hips, right? And so you can still, I believe, finish a heel hook from here, but the thing about this position he was in is my knee was a little bit free to move side to side. So I think this is what helped me escape. And so now we roll. He starts with this toe hold here, right? And so this is the thing, guys, about like going against anybody who's a leg locker is all of the positions change, right? Like Anthony used a very smart move and he set up this entry off of my omoplata attack where, you know, usually if you're going against a competitor who's not leg lock heavy, like I probably wouldn't typically have to worry about a leg entry off the omoplata, but this was a smart move, right? And this seems to be a very common attack from the omoplata. I actually experienced a similar entry when I was facing Jordan Peitzman in the cage a couple of years ago. He did the same thing. He used my omoplata attack to enter in on the leg. All right, and so now Anthony's really trying to scoop my heel out here. He's hipping into me, and now he's actually able to somewhat get a grip under my heel, but I'm just moving my hip side to side, and I'm really making it hard for him. So now this is where I'm really in danger because he's able to scoop underneath of my heel, guys. So you can see here, he's really got a good lock on the heel at this point, and my toes glued to the side of his ribs. So now this is probably the point in this attack where I was in the most danger. So I'm hand fighting here with my right hand. So this is very important. This will at least buy me time to try to free my heel. You know, it's not going to save me from the attack altogether, but hand fighting is very important if you get caught in one of these leg entanglements. All right, and so now I begin to rotate away from him, and I'm looking to free my knee, right? I'm looking to get my knee past his hip line. And so now my knee is free, all right, and we begin to rotate. So once my knee freed his hip line, pretty much I was out of danger from the heel hook, and now I come on top. And here I could feel that Anthony, like he expended a lot of energy looking for that heel hook. And this was a moment for me to flip the switch and kind of take advantage of that split second of him being tired. So I used my double under grips behind his armpits to pull Anthony straight back into this back take. And now immediately he was able to push my hook off and get his shoulders to the mat. So now I just switch and I bridge off the mat and I come up looking for a head and arm choke here. All right, and then I jump straight to the mount from there. All right. So now we're here in the full mount and I have that one arm isolated. He turns on his side here. All right. So this is how I was able to take his back because Anthony exploded up onto his right side. And this gave me the space to shift my right knee up behind his head. And now I pull Anthony back into my back take. All right, and now I lock my body triangle. Not ideal with my left foot inside of his legs, but, you know, still a body triangle. All right, now I'm looking for a short choke here. I wasn't able to get a full rear naked grip, so I'm threatening with the short choke. All right, Anthony was hand fighting really well. All right, here I'm able to get my rear naked choke grip, but he was tucking his chin pretty well here. So him tucking his chin kind of made it very hard in this position to really sink my wrist under his chin. And I'm not at the best angle for this rear naked choke, but you can definitely still finish it from here. All right, so now I'm hand fighting. All right, swimming my wrist back and forth. All right, now I'm looking for the choke with my left arm. Going for the short choke yet again. And as you can see, Anthony is just doing a fantastic job at tucking that chin. And trying to push my hooks off. And, you know, I could feel that Anthony was not going to tap easily. You know, he's a tough competitor. He's going to be one of those guys that you have to be prepared to put them to sleep or actually break a limb if you want to get them to submit. So now I get an over-under backpack grip here, and the referee is going to slide us back to the middle to avoid running off of the mat. And this was at 170 pounds. advanced no-gi division, purple belt and up. All right, and so now we reset back in the same position. Over under with the backpack. That was very good by the referee to remember that grip. And so now I begin looking for the choke immediately. All right. So Anthony goes to come up to turtle. I follow, right? So this is important, guys. When they turn away from you and they try to come to turtle, you have to get used to using your head on the mat as a post, right? And this is what's enabling me to follow him, right? Keeping that backpack grip tight and using my head as a post and keeping my head position. All right, so now I pull him back down to the mat and I throw in my body triangle, all right? So now I have a much better body triangle than I did the first time, and I really begin cranking the choke here. And so here my forearm was really deep under his chin, all right? Pretty damn deep. Like this was a nasty rear naked choke, and I give Anthony props for making it through this, right? Because I have my rear naked choke grip in deep. I have my body triangle fully locked, and I remember I was squeezing here with everything that I had. So cutting the circulation to his lungs by using the body triangle, and I'm also deep under his chin with my rear naked choke grip. And so now you can see me like driving my hips forward, trying really hard to get this choke. And Anthony's just hand fighting. He's hand fighting. Face is turning a little red. But yeah, I give Anthony props because this choke was in deep and he showed a fighter mentality here and he just did not want to tap. So Anthony is a very tough competitor. All right, and so here, guys, looking back, this was a big mistake that I made at the time. And the mistake that I made was I tried way too hard to squeeze the choke and the body triangle. So what happened was I ended up burning out my arms and my legs from trying to squeeze the choke way too hard. And this was a big learning lesson. And one of the things that I took with me after this match is, you know, whenever you get in a good position like this, back take, mount, or whatever it is, you want to try to relax as much as you can and ideally just kind of like inch your way towards the submission, maybe a millimeter at a time, right? And I think that if I would have just been a little bit more relaxed and just tried to relax and like just inch my rear naked choke grip deeper and deeper as he was moving around, I think I would have conserved my energy and I would have been able to finish it. But in the moment, I was just so ready to get that finish and end the match that I kind of burnt my arms and legs out, and that was a big mistake, especially at this level. You know, you always have to be thinking about your gas tank when you're competing at the high level. And so now I still have my body triangle. Anthony comes up to the tripod and he's looking to shake me off. So now I'm trying to post my head on the mat, almost get Anthony to flip over into a back take, but he's actually able to shake me off. And now Anthony is able to shake me and come into my closed guard. All right, so very, very impressive that Anthony was able to make it out of that attack from the back mount. And now Anthony begins looking for his pass. Again, look, I have my overhook, my left arm overhooking his right arm, and now I'm at that angle. My left foot's on his hip. And again, I'm battling for that wrist control with my right hand and looking to throw up another triangle. So I'm pretty much just following Anthony with my hips here and hip escaping each time he tries to cut the corner for the pass. And now he gets this grip, 2-on-1 grip on my right wrist, and he pins it underneath of my hips. So this is a very bad position to get stuck in. And you definitely don't want to let somebody grab your wrist underneath your body like this because they can use this to pass your guard. And it's just really a shitty position to get stuck in. So he's got that good wrist control here. You can see now with just his right hand. And he's going to look to pass to that side. All right, so now I have to worry about releasing that wrist grip. And now you can see with my left arm, I reach inside to his right wrist and I'm looking to break it. And boom, finally able to break my right hand free. All right, so now immediately I go right back to the overhook guard and my left foot coming up his back. And same thing, my right hand battling for that wrist control to try to get my leg past his bicep and look for the triangle. All right, so there for a split second, you could see I placed my foot on his bicep right here, just for a split second. Right, so usually I will start here and then I'll jump my foot just right over the arm. And as soon as my foot clears the arm, I have a triangle choke. But Anthony stacked me very hard, right? He put all of his body weight and put me right up on my neck and really defended it pretty well. And then was able to, so I actually was able to get my leg over his arm there. And so now we're here in this diamond position, right? So a lot of times with the triangle, you can start here in the diamond and then you can work your way towards finishing the choke from there. So now I'm pulling down on his head. I still have the overhook. And again, I transition to the omoplata here, pushing his wrist inside towards his hips with my left hand. And Anthony just had a lot of good stacking pressure, which is why I kept transitioning to the omoplata opposed to the triangle. And now he's looking to step over my head yet again for a similar defense he did the first time. All right, now he was able to move to the other side and escape the omoplata. So now I end up here in this bottom half guard. All right, and Anthony is looking to pass. He's in a pretty good spot here. He gets his cross face. All right, but he does not have the underhook. So here I'm just trying to relieve the pressure from the cross face, pushing at his hips with my right arm, and I'm trying to look for my own underhook. All right, and keep in mind that these sub-challenge matches, these are 10-minute matches with no points, submissions only. And then if it goes the full 10 minutes with no submission, then you go to the EBI overtime rules, double overtime if needed, where you start in the armbar or the back take. And then it's either fastest submission or fastest escape. And so now I'm able to recover my butterfly guard here. I have my right hand gripping the back of his heel. And Anthony spins yet again from the top, and he's looking for a leg entry on my left leg. All right, so you always have to remember when you're playing with leg lockers, the entire game changes. Things that you can normally play with your guard or while passing, if you're not playing with heel hooks, the game changes completely. So you always have to, be mindful of your legs if you're going against a leg locker. And so now he gets a decent look. He's going for a toe hold here. All right, he doesn't have the best formation with his grip. All right, so now again, I push his legs away and I'm able to free my knee. All right, rolling to get my knee clear. And here you can see my left knee just slips out of his hip line. All right, and now I'm continuing to roll. He's still going for the toe hold here. But as you can see, my heel is slipping out of that as well. And now we re-square up back to the guard. This was a very fun tournament. I remember I had some good matches this day. The house was packed. Submission Challenge is easily one of my favorite tournaments. I really like the submission only style. And right back to the overhook guard. So this is one of my favorite guards to play, guys. This overhook guard. And then I always go for the control in the other arm. And you can set up triangles, omoplatas, sweeps. There's a lot of different things you can use with the overhook guard. And it's really good for MMA as well. So again, you can see my right foot being placed on his bicep, looking to sneak over to shoot up a triangle. And there I was able to get back to the diamond position. And Anthony just has very good top pressure. As you can see, he's stacking me very heavy here and making it hard for me to really get that triangle locked in. And so that is the end of the match. So I think my friend Jake Wallin Urso was videotaping this match, and his phone either died or cut off at that point. So unfortunately, we don't have the ending of the match, We went 9 minutes here, and then we actually ended up going the full length of the match with no winner, and then we ended up going into double overtime EBI rules. So like I said, guys, this was a very fun match. You always have to pay attention to the rule sets in the tournament that you're doing. Submission only, you have to play the game a little bit differently than if you're playing with points. And in my opinion, I really like the sub-only style because I think people go for more attacks. It's a little bit more exciting. And you see a lot more scrambles and offensive behaviors when there's no points involved. Sometimes when there's points, people can stall or, just kind of focus on the points. But yeah, like I said, check out Submission Challenge on their YouTube channel and check your local area to see if they have any tournaments coming near you. I think they are putting out quite a few tournaments coming up here in the future. And so, yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you have any questions, drop a comment down below. I appreciate the love. Appreciate you guys checking out the channel. Make sure to hit subscribe. And I will see you guys all next time. Os.